What's going on, guys? It's Salvaje. Here are the best snipers in Fortnite Save the World as of early 2019. My supporter creator code is Salvaje, and if you guys want to rock that, I would highly appreciate that. These weapons made it to the list because I reviewed them based on their individual performance, their performance in a team-based environment, the utility and versatility that the weapon has, but also the variety of playstyles that of course you can bring to the table when using this specific sniper. And I just want to point out, as always, these weapons aren't in any specific order. All of these snipers are exceptional. Let's start off the list with the crackshot sniper rifle, and the only reason why I put this sniper on the list is because I wanted to put a sniper rifle that specialized on the medium bullet category. But anyways, let's talk facts when it comes down to this sniper. So for the most part, this thing offers a ton of perk utility and variety. You can go for a double critical damage build with critical rating. You can go for a double critical rating build with critical damage. On top of all that, if you slap fire rate on this perk and you have a crit rating, crit damage build with stability, and you land about 50% of your headshots or so at a 4-tile range, you're going to be able to easily out DPS basic assault rifles with this sniper rifle. So if you're looking for a sniper that is able to sort of be that overall assault rifle replacer, the crackshot is going to be your best choice. And I can confidently say that because that information comes from my friend Beacons. And Beacons has over 50 level 130 schematics. The dude plays Save the World for like 10 hours every day. So the point is, he knows what he's talking about. Anyways, not only did he test out this weapon for this video, but I also tested out this weapon back in the day. And yes, I did give it a 3 out of 5 stars. However, when I started comparing this weapon to all of the other medium bullet sniper rifles in Fortnite Save the World, I realized that this is one of the best contenders when it comes down to the medium bullet archetype of snipers that we have in Fortnite Save the World. Again, the crackshot has a ton of utility when it comes down to the perks, offers a really good set of consistent damage, and I just want to point out also, this sniper also has a pretty decent hipfire, which means that you can use it at the close ranges to of course eliminate a lot of the basic husk. Don't get me wrong though, this sniper isn't going to be a complete miss monster deleter, but when it comes down to a sniper that is able to take out basic husk pretty easily, this sniper rifle is probably the one that you want to go with. Huge shout out to the Deathwing though. The only reason why it didn't make it on the list is because in my eyes, when it came down to utility, the crackshot just farly outperformed it. The next sniper on the list is the old Betsy, a sniper rifle that only has 1 bullet. So why is it that this sniper rifle is on the list? Well, you can go for a double critical rating critical damage build with the old Betsy. You can also go for a double critical damage build with a critical rating. You can go for a double reload speed build with double headshot damage that transforms the old Betsy into an instantly reloading rapid fire machine gun. On top of all that, you can go for an overall damage build with damage, double headshot damage, and impact. Like that, the old Betsy becomes an even bigger nightmare to things like miss monsters. But most importantly, guys, one of the reasons why the old Betsy is on this list is because, just in case you haven't gotten the hint by now, the old Betsy does a ton of damage. So this kid actually gave me his old Betsy that had double reload speed and I believe double headshot damage, and I was just easily able to take out basic husk with just 1 bullet. And when it came down to things like smashers and mist monsters and husky husk, if I didn't take them out with 1 bullet, for the most part, I was able to dish out massive amounts of crippling damage to them that the next follow-up bullet was either going to eliminate them, or of course, my gadget or ability was going to of course finish off the target. And that's why the old Betsy is simply on this list. Not only does it offer a ton of damage, but in a team-based environment, it is extremely overpowered. To give you guys a general idea of how much damage the old Betsy can do, I have blue critical damage perks and a blue critical rating perk. And when I land a critical damage headshot, it can go up to 300,000 damage. And of course, that is without my perks being fully perked up to legendary. I would also like to point out that another thing that makes the old Betsy a really good sniper rifle is the fact that it's able to do multiple jobs at an above average level. You want a sniper that is able to dish out massive amounts of damage to miss monsters? Well, the old Betsy can do that. You want a sniper rifle that is able to dish out great massive amounts of damage to miss monsters and some pretty decent damage to husk with a really good reload speed? You can do that as well. And that's why the Yeoman sniper rifle is not going to be on this list. On top of all that, everything that the Yeoman sniper rifle can do, the Obliterator can also do, which is why the Yeoman sniper rifle just quite didn't really make it to the list. And of course, if you want the high damage numbers that the Yeoman provides, you can always just use an old Betsy and have way more flexibility with it. On top of all that, the UMN sniper rifle does not shoot through shielders and refrigerator husk, something that the Obliterator can do, while also of course being able to pierce through multiple enemies. Which is why the next sniper on the list is the Obliterator. It's the best sniper in the game at the time of me making this video to give to defenders, because the Obliterator can shoot through walls, and if you close a defender within 4 walls, the defender is not going to be able to get damage, which is why in high level twine peaks, the #1 defender that you see the most is of course sniper defenders with Obliterators in their hands. On top of all that, the Obliterator is also very helpful because it lets you destroy structures around you instantly, since the bullet that the Obliterator shoots does so much damage. The Obliterator also has a lot of perk variety. You can go for a headshot damage build, you can go for an Obliterator that specializes on impact, you can go for an Obliterator that specializes on critical rating, critical damage, and impact. You can go for an Obliterator that also specializes specifically on critical rating and critical damage. And I just want to let you guys know, when it comes down to the perks that I have for my Obliterator is built for defenders, which means that I went the obsidian route so that I can craft many Obliterators, and I have double critical rating and double critical damage on my Obliterator because I'm pretty sure defenders aren't really going to prioritize headshots as much as I prioritize headshots. Despite the fact that the Obliterator isn't able to do the massive amounts of damage that the old Betsy can do, it's still a really good sniper rifle that dishes a ton of damage, and on top of all that, keep in mind you also have 4 bullets in the magazine. The Obliterator also has a really slow reload speed, but all of the strength of the Obliterator has basically make up for the weaknesses. And like I previously stated, the sniper rifle can also shoot through walls, it can shoot through refrigerator husk, it can destroy shielder husk, and on top of all that, it can pierce through multiple enemies, which adds a ton of utility when it comes down to gameplay. And with that said, guys, those are the best snipers in Fortnite Save the World as of early 2019. This list was really hard to make. At times I had 5 snipers on this list. I had 6 snipers on this list, but I decided to reduce this list to the best of the best. And these are the best of the best sniper rifles in Fortnite Save the World, again, as of early 2019. Honorable mention to the Super Shredder, my favorite sniper rifle in the entire game. It pains me not to put it on this list, but the Super Shredder just isn't really great enough and doesn't offer a ton of utility and damage that, of course, the Crankshot, Old Betsy, and Obliterator is able to dish out. If you guys enjoyed the video, though, feel free to drop a like. Feel free to subscribe to join the Salvaje Cartel. Please use my supporter creator code Salvaje. I would really appreciate that. And, of course, I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.